All right, welcome here live on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show with episode 757. We're going to be talking about how and why media attention is important for small business owners. And we're continuing our Women's History Month spotlight. Listen, my guest is in the virtual green room. Energy already high. Listen, excuses low, energy always high, already high. Here on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show, we're super excited because we have hanging out with us in the virtual green room that'll be coming up to the mic. Shantae Pep Talk Tay is how you all know her, Brooks, and she's a radio and media personality. And so we're going to get right into it right after this quick intro. Don't you move. You're listening to the Sharvette Mitchell radio show.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell radio show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell radio show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the World Wide Web. So certainly all those that are live, like we like to say on Facebook, let us know, comment, let us know that you're here. Certainly those that are checking us out over on YouTube. We are so excited to have you. Wherever you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. If you're watching from my channel, subscribe. If you're watching from Shantae's channel, subscribe. Listen, go ahead and share the love. You want to keep up with us. You want to be in the loop on everything that we're doing here. Because listen, the goal of this show is to motivate, excite, and influence. Shout out to Roberto coming on in over on YouTube. Glad to see you. Deborah holding it down. Hey girl, hey. Welcome. We're glad to see you in. Listen, my mother, Betty Jean, is always going to be in the house there here on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show. Yes, episode 757. And we're going to be talking about something that is really, I think, really powerful. Matter of fact, so much so that in my 6-part framework, when I work with clients over a year in a program called the Platform Builder Program, media is one of the things that I highly recommend and actually include in our framework. And so we have an expert here today as we talk about how and why interviews and media attention are important to and for small business owners. So go ahead and tag a friend, bring them on in and say, you got to check this out. You got to check this out here. All right. So listen, without further ado, let me go ahead and bring our guest up and let me tell you a little bit about our guest. So Shantae Pep Talk Tay, as we know her wildly across the United States, Shantae Brooks. She's a native of Richmond, Virginia. We are broadcasting live out of Richmond, Virginia, so we're excited we get to claim her. Listen, graduate of Virginia Union University, and she has established herself as a prominent figure in entertainment and in the entertainment industry. She started her career in the corporate sector with companies like Bank of America and Wells Fargo, and then she transitioned to media, becoming a dynamic presence to Atlanta's Hits 92.3 with her show Pep Talk with Tay. In 2023, Shantae emceed high-profile event such as the Black Media Honors, panel discussions. She was also nominated for radio podcast host of the year. And Shantae was featured in several magazines as an influencer and been featured in many different media outlets. She's hosted a diverse different types of events like weddings, even women empowerment events. And also you might have seen her MC at City Winery ATL. Recently, she launched the Live with Tay talk show, and it's known for its real conversations with notable personalities and community event highlights. And I could go on and on and on. And she certainly has a passion around community service and has her hands in that. And I'm excited to bring to the stage. Put your hands together. We see you coming on in. We see some likes coming on in. Put your hands together and welcome up to the stage, Shantae Brooks. There we go. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I live, I will forever be the 804. So, hey, girl,
Listen, hey girl, hey, listen, tell the people. Listen, wait a minute. I hear the applause coming in. Oh, y'all applaud. Oh, I hear y'all. I hear y'all. I hear you.
Yes. So thank you, Sharvette. I told you before the start of the show, I feel like, Mama, I made it, because if you
Oh,
are from Richmond, you already know. I remember from the very beginning, and just to see you and all of the amazing things that you did. It's like 757. I feel like it's a million episodes, because you
yeah.
have been doing what you've done and have helped so many people, even like myself, for so long. Even with marketing, I have sat and watched and learned and all of the things. And so I'm just honored to be able to be on this platform with you today. So let's
Oh,
go.
let's go. Listen, it's an honor to feature you during Women's History Month and all of that. And so I just love, love, love energy. So we're going to just jump in. So certainly, Shantae, you've built, a strong media presence across radio and podcasts and live events. But how did this all get started? Like, we got to hear the scoop. How did this all get started?
So, to know me is to know I'm 100% authentic. And so, for me, when I was a little girl, my father owned a radio station, and I remember just enjoying being at the radio station. Like, that was my thing. I thought it was so cool that I would like walk out of the radio, get in the car, and then I could still hear them talking, right? I'm like,
How
that's so cool.
do you do that?
And I just love music in general, live music, concerts, all of the things. And so I thought, oh, I'm gonna do something in media. But to be honest, there wasn't anybody, no brown faces. I mean, Oprah was coming of age, but it just wasn't. It was like, who am I going to pattern after? Like, what do I do? And so I went to school and took the corporate route.
Mhm.
And then when, true story, Ayanna Van Zant, I love her. I watched a video of her talking about following your dreams and what would you do if you had followed the dream you had when you were a child. And
Oh,
for some reason, I closed my eyes and I'm like, I'm in corporate America, things are going good, but I really want to be in media. And the next thing I knew, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this thing. So I just, me and God got a thing. And he said, if I just step out and do a little bit, he will open up the door for other, more things to follow. And so
wow.
because it's my passion and I call it, hey, Lori, because I love what I do. I call
Wait
it
a minute. Pause the track. Pause the track. Is this Lori from the
Later
Netflix?
Daters.
Lori, how you
That's
doing,
Rich Auntie
girl?
Lori. Yes.
I watched this there. Y'all go watch Later Daters on Netflix. Hey, girl. Hey, thanks for popping in. Oh, wow. This is awesome. Okay, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
So no. That's all right. This happens all the time. Like, Lori is my real life friend. And so I'm like, it's just Lori, but she really yeah. So shout out Rich Auntie Lori, Dr. Lori, who got a book dropping too. So all the things. I'll have to connect y'all so that she could come and be
Yeah,
on your show
yeah.
too. So she's awesome. And so yeah, so I have just picked up the love of passion. I call it kingdom work, because I believe that being in media and having a voice is a part of the ministry that God has for me. And so I love to use my platform to spotlight people, to make people feel like that are afraid to interview. They're always like, I feel like I'm just talking to my cousin.
Yeah.
Cause y'all, we family, and so I just love it, and it's just been a blessing to be able to finally be living in my dream. So yeah.
Well, thank you for giving the behind the scenes and of that and your transition. And so you were in Richmond. And so then when you made that decision and said, hey, I want to be in media, was that the catalyst that moved you to Atlanta, or were there other steps in between?
Child, real talk, because y'all know I tells the truth. I came to Atlanta for love. And
Oh,
now, if
oh,
you live in Atlanta, you know that the love don't
uh-oh,
really be here.
uh-oh.
Virginia is for lovers, and for some reason I shouldn't say that, but I came down here for work in a relationship, and then from there I realized that this is where God wanted me to be, because from a media perspective,
Yeah.
Atlanta has been so good to me,
Oh,
and
wow.
it has really allowed me to have opportunities to network, to be in rooms. And God said, if He put me in the room, I'm gonna work the room. And so
Listen.
that's our agreement, and it's worked out so far.
And listen, whatever that relationship was, that was just really the breadcrumb to get you to Atlanta. So that's how we.
Child, it had to be, because baby sips tea, minds business.
That's another show that we're gonna have to
That
go into
part.
that another show. Okay, so let's jump right on in. And hey, welcome to those that are here and hanging out with us here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. So, why are interviews, media attention important, in particular for business owners?
They are crucial for business owners. If
Yeah.
you own a business, I don't care if it's a daycare, I don't care if it's a barber shop, whatever it is, interviews and doing media is so important, especially in this day and age, because people buy and spend their money with people who they can connect with. Point
Yes.
blank. It's a million t-shirt designers out here. It's a million authors out here. But if you are a business owner, you have a niche, you have a customer base that's only going to buy from you. So connecting with media and doing interviews is going to allow those people that are just waiting to purchase from you. What up, Nicole? See, I'm the bad one to look at the
It's okay. This is reality radio. I'm fine with that.
And so for that purpose, it's important that you speak and connect with the people and allow them to learn a little bit about you. Don't be afraid to feel like, I don't want to be telling all my business. It's my business. No, you control the narrative. So as a business owner, control the narrative, control what it is you want your brand to be. And you are a brand. It's not just the coffee mug that you got. It is you. You represent your business. You represent your brand. And so having interviews and doing media is so important, because it's going to help it be a staple and allow people to know that you exist. Because if you're a business owner and the only people buying from you is your cousin and your neighbors and Ray and them, you not a business owner. You are community service for your family. You better get out here and get you some customers of people that don't know you, because your business will thrive not from the people that know you, but really from the strangers who connected with you and want to support you.
Yeah, and one of the ways for strangers to hear about you and people that don't know about you is through media outlets and interviews. And so interviews in particular, have you found when doing interviews that people are very nervous, or how do you kind of help people, or those that are sitting here watching saying, I hear what y'all are saying, but doing an interview would just wreck my nerves? Any strategies for the person that feels nervous or has fear?
Yes. So the person that's nervous and has fear, I have a 3 thing that I would encourage you to do. Number 1, you've got to really sit down and think to yourself, what of your story do you feel comfortable sharing? So maybe it's how you first started, right? Maybe it's what you're going through at the current moment, but you've got to be able to know what it is that you want to share.
Yeah.
That part of your journey, and then just start critiquing that. You can, you got voice notes now. You could just get on your camera phone and talk to yourself, but you've got to get out of that fear of doing the interview. And the only way to conquer a fear is to start working on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do little interviews. Maybe you do a non-visual interview, but you do a radio interview or a podcast that isn't visual. So then that way you have the opportunity. I don't want to be on camera. Okay, well, then, you could do it from a radio perspective.
Yeah.
Even remember, people, contrary to popular belief, people still read magazines. They read them online now, right? So maybe you do a magazine interview or an article for a newspaper or whatnot. But you've got to find your journey, and you've got to practice that. Use Chat GPT. Put it in there and talk to Chat and tell Chat, Chad, I got a problem. I'm fearful of speaking and selling my business. What can I say? And allow it to not tell you everything, but it'll give you some framework to get you started, and then you could work from there. And then get into things like Toastmasters or places that you have to speak in public. Because if you're a business owner, it's not even media and magazine interviews that you have to do all the time. It could be selling yourself to a sponsor who wants to sponsor you. It could be a business going to the bank and telling the bank why they should, give you a loan. So you better learn how to speak to the people about your business.
Okay.
Because or else it's not gonna last you real long.
Excellent advice. Excellent advice. And I love how like these things are layered. So if you go to a networking event and they give you a 2-minute 2-minute elevator pitch, saying, the same. So that's kind of like mini interview. You just get to talk. And so great advice there. Listen, I see you in the comments, Jay. Let's have a conversation, Jay. Let's say I don't know if this is a lady or a gentleman.
So no, Jay is a business owner that I've watched him grow. He's in the Midwest. So y'all know I grew up in Iowa. So Jay said he ready to do some interviews. So hey, you got the queen of the interviews on here.
Let's connect. Yeah, Sharvette.com. Over on Sharvette.com. There's a link that says to be a guest. So thanks. Jump right over there. Hey, Bumper. Hey, Tracy.
Hey, that's my videographer. Look at him coming in. That's what I'm talking about. I better have a crew that rep for you, honey. They better rep for you. They better come on through.
Hey, Tasha. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Oh, you did an interview today. All right, there you go. You're in the right place. Good job right there. And also always other ways to be interviewed. Yeah. And even when we think about like social media, even doing things like reels and stories where you are kind of controlling, that gets you used to talking and used to interviewing and things. And but more importantly, to tell the story. I know for productions, we say we help clients tell the story of their business through marketing, branding, and visibility. And so with that in mind, what makes someone or what would make a business owner media worthy, like to be a media worthy guest as someone that is media, that does interview people, what makes someone media worthy?
So I'm going to answer that question, but you said something and somebody on here that's either watching it live or the replay, they need to hear this part. So I felt that I had to tell y'all before you get on your Instagram and your social media, if you're a person that's not a good interviewer, you are skeptical about it, practice before you get on there. Because social media, once you didn't put it out there, that thing is rolling. And then even if you delete it, somebody saw it. So practice what you want to say before you get on there, and be mindful about your background, about what you got on. Is the kids talking in the back? Like all those things together, because it's not like if you're a business owner, someone is looking at you on how you carry yourself to see if they're going to invest their money in supporting your business. So be really careful about that, because sometimes in the African American community, we don't polish yourself before you actually get in front of a camera and start to sell yourself, because unfortunately we could be our toughest critics when supporting other Black or minority owned businesses. So that was just
that was for free. We threw that one in for free.
That was just a free number. That was just free. So how do you find yourself media worthy? Well, for me, people reach out to me a lot of times and say, hey, I want to get on your, can you interview me? And I'm like, okay, well, tell what you want to talk about. Well, I just want to get on there. Well, first and foremost, you're not coming over here and just be talking about anything. Number one.
Right. Have something to say.
You got to have something to say. And then from a media perspective, when you reach out to a media personality, research them to find out how your product or service matches what their platform is. Everybody knows I love music, but I'm a 90s R&B hip hop So when people reach out to me and this little Ray Ray and Earl them, and they got the boot, baby, if I don't understand the music, unfortunately, I'm probably not the platform that you want to be on. And it's no disrespect to them, but I don't want to, my viewers and people that support me are looking for an expected type of client, right? Or a guest. And so I have to be mindful of that. So I would say that if you're a business owner, entertainer, research media publications that have an audience that matches the audience that you are trying to attract. Then support that media personality. You know, it costs you nothing.
Oh, that's good.
To forward their, you know, hey, Sharvette Mitchell, I definitely want to get on her show. Well, guess what? You know how you can get Sharvette's attention? Share her posts for the other interviews that she does. Share her programs, her networking events, her conferences and stuff. Because guess what? When you share it, when your name come through, Sharvette gonna say, I didn't seen that name before.
Girl, you telling the truth. And then when I see an interview request come through, I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly who this is.
That part. And so, you know, understand that just like we do research for who we want to be guests on our show or who we want to connect with, as a business owner, you should do the same thing. Then as you research that media outlet, if you're a person who's afraid to interview, you'll already know their format. You'll know, usually Sharvette's going to ask a question like this. Let me practice what I think I would say. So then that way you're coming prepared. Please don't ever cold turkey an interview, because as seamless as we make it, we do a lot of prep before we get in front of the camera and talk to whoever we have on our platform. Because as journalists, as media personalities, we respect you and your business. So for us, we just want to have you all respect us and show us that same love.
Y'all, listen, Shantae Pep Talk Tay Brooks just gave y'all a Oprah life class right here. This is going to be a podcast that you want to come back to. This is going to be a YouTube video that you want to come back to. You want to save this. Listen, while they're talking, and let me capture this. Roberto and Marilyn from New York said, I love how you're being transparent and free. You know, what you're speaking about. Absolutely. And then Elmira said alignment. So, you know, if you're doing country western and this is a rap, it's not in alignment. So good. Hey Felicia, hey girl, hey, this is good advice. Absolutely. While people are watching and listening, how can they connect with you online?
So please so follow me on Instagram, Pep Talk Tay, or Facebook. I think it's Pep Talk Tay on there too, but if you do Shantae Brooks, it'll probably come up because that's my government. People always ask me, well, how did you go from Shantae to Pep Talk Tay? And I got to shout out my girl, Stacy Rodriguez. I will say it for the rest of my life. Stacy, one day I said, Stacy, I want to do something, but I don't have a service to offer. And she said, well, yes, you do. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you always give the best pep talks. And so Pep Talk Tay was birthed, because in life, everyone deserves a pep talk. And if you know me personally, I'm going to inspire you when you feel like you can't do it. I'm a connector. I'm always connecting the people, because for me, and my belief is that it costs me nothing to put people together. And I ain't trying to block my blessing by being a gatekeeper, baby. If I know it, I'm gonna give it to you. And that's all it is, because I'm confident in what God has for me. And I know that he blesses me because of the heart that I have to help others. So,
well said. And is that Stacy Rodriguez from here?
Yes, that's Stacy.
I think I know her. Light skin.
Yeah. She does.
Okay.
Because she introduced me because she went to your conference year.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is why you can't talk about nobody, because you don't know who know who. So we shout out Stacy. I know exactly who that is. This is so good. This is so good. I love just capturing there you go. It came easy to you. Yep. Work those strengths.
Yeah.
And Felicia said, I know that's right. Can people work with you? Can they? So number one, they can hire you for events. So tell us all the ways people can work.
Let's get the people together. So, so one thing about Pep Talk Tay, and people say, well, what is it that you do? Media is my first love, first and foremost. So I love being on the radio. I love doing the talk show, all of the things, but I also host. And so for me, if you have an event and you're looking for that person to come and help the energy of the event, because people will get together and they'll be so quiet and they be looking all around like, what are we here for? What's going on? Or in the background, the sound system be messing up and everybody all over the place. Pep Talk Tay gonna bring that energy, baby. Let me work the crowd and get them ready and rolling until y'all can figure out what needs to be done. And so I do hosting here in Atlanta, but DMV, Richmond, contrary to popular belief, I mean, I got family that lives there. So I'm always going to have a place to stay. So I don't mind coming back home. So if you're interested in booking me for your event, you can always go to peptalktay.com. It's peptalktay.com. Click the book me. And I would love to be the hostess with the mostest at your event. I promise you, everyone is going to leave saying, I had such a good time. So it's that special sauce that I have. And if you are a business owner and you say to yourself, I hate interviewing, I can't do it, it's not my ministry, I can't do it, don't you worry, I got you. So we could work one-on-one and help you get through it. Or if you're a business and you said, you know what, I'm ready. I think I'm ready for an interview. If your business aligns with mine, I will be more than happy to promote you and support you. And my platform is your platform. So all of the good things. So
all the good ways. I love that. And listen, Stacy, hey girl.
True story about Stacy. I call her J-Lo, but can't nobody else call her J-Lo. She my J-Lo. So that's
hey, Stacey girl, we got. And listen, those of you that are listening to the podcast, you're like, what's going on? That's why you got to come check out the YouTube. Check out the YouTube version, and we're just responding to the comments, and it's so cool, like knowing people. And so, hey, girl, hey, we're glad you popped in.
Yes.
And so, I love this, and I want to talk about your show. So, you have Live with Tay. Tell us about Live with Tay.
So Live with Tay is a talk show that I am forecasting. It's going to be bigger than Oprah in everybody's house. We coming together because on Live with Tay, we have real conversations with amazing people that everyone needs to know. And so for me, I believe that in my journey of life, God put certain people across my path, not for me, but it's for me to introduce them to other people that I know. And so Live with Tay is an amazing platform. Shout out KKMG, my videographer. What up? I'm trying to get Allison to come to Atlanta. So y'all better take care of Allison Lilly.
Listen,
I'm trying to get her to come to Atlanta.
Listen, the world is waiting for Allison Lilly. The nations are waiting for Allison Lilly. Those of you that are saying, who y'all talking about? She just popped in the comments, but this sister can sing. Alice, and I told her the nations are waiting for her.
Yes, definitely. She is a gift beyond yes, she just is. And so Live with Tay talk show, we are filming and getting it all together, and then we're going to launch all of the great episodes. And then I want to have a live studio audience. I want people to be able to come to the studio and interact and ask questions and all of the good things, because with social media, we're not having conversations anymore. And I just want to create a space on Live with Tay that people can have real, authentic conversations. We might not agree, but we will respectfully hear each other's views and opinions. And you might just mess around and learn something the whole process, right? So yeah.
You just might. So what's the best way to kind of keep up and hear all the things that are coming out with that?
The best thing is right here, what you've got. If you go to peptalktay.com, that's peptalktae.com. Go to the website and you'll be able to see the episodes. You'll see some of our past episodes. You'll find out where I am in the city and all of the things. And so connect with me. There is always the best way. And I have enjoyed just having this opportunity to be on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show, the best radio show going down it's just all of the things, bringing the people together. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much. This has been so. I honor your time. We could probably keep going for 30 minutes. I absolutely honor your time. I absolutely love when people are authentic. On air, off air, and I'm sure you have experienced a many a thing,
Yes.
many a scenarios. But I really appreciate that. Back home, from we know some similar people. Then
Yeah.
a whole lot of other people. I think it's just great that your energy is coming through, and so certainly bigger things coming, absolutely coming. Now, don't you get on the red carpet and act like you don't know me. Now, don't.
No, one thing I will probably act a plum fool. I'll be like,
Don't do it.
she'll be like, oh my God, Tay. She's embarrassing me. But no, shout out to 804 Richmond, Virginia. I was born there. I went to college there, all of the things. And so Richmond will forever be home to me. And so people say, well, you don't never come home, X, Y, and Z. Y'all don't never come to Atlanta. So Atlanta is open and it's more than welcome. Come on down.
95 to 85 come the same way. Go north and go south. All right.
That
Go
part,
north.
that part.
Go north and go south. And so the last question for you, and getting love, great love in the comments here.
Love you too, Allison.
Yay. The goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to hear what continues to motivate Shantae.
To be honest, because I looked at that question because you gave me a little pep talk and I was like, that's so good. Really what's motivating me is the fact of my faith, right? What I don't want to do is when life is said and over, leave with what I was supposed to do still in me, right? People say that all the time. And so for me, I've lost people very close to me. And I thought to myself, wow, I thought I had more time. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. And so what motivates me is just wanting to make sure that I do everything that I know God wants me to do with the time that I have, right? I might have started on my dream late after 40, but who's to say I might live to be 100 and still be on here doing media and all of the things, right? And so for me, what motivates me is that I know God wants me to do amazing work for him. And so if he wakes me up every morning, how dare I not let fear or being too comfortable or making up excuses hold me back from doing everything when he woke me up, and he's going to give me all of the opportunities. He's going to direct my steps. He just needs me to be obedient and walk in it. And that's what helps keep me motivated is my faith. Now I ain't gonna front. Some days God be saying, girl, get on up. I be like, God, is you sure that's what we supposed to do?
Right. Can I lay here just a little longer?
Give me about 5 more minutes, right?
Yeah.
But he just keeps on making ways. And even when I fumble or even when things don't go as I want them to go, I am so thankful that God allows me to learn the lesson through the fumble, right? And good. Because I have been a hard-headed, I know God be like, whoo, this child is getting on my nerves. But I have finally, I think within the last year, I think I've gotten it. And that's what's definitely keeping me motivated. Because, you dream and you think to yourself, oh my God, my dreams are so amazing. But the great thing is that what God has for me is bigger than my dream. And so the way I see my dream, I'm like, what? If God don't have better than this dream, child, keep on showing up. Keep going, boo. Keep going.
Keep going. Yep. Oh, wow. Well, I'm wishing you much more continued success. Listen, you are not behind at all. You right on time. And it has been great just having you here. And thank you for inviting your audience in as well. Because we're multi-streaming on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 platforms. So hey, Instagram, 3 places in Facebook, LinkedIn, 2 places in YouTube, Stitch, and there you go. So
I told y'all she my hero, because I was like, listen, I can barely keep up with the 3. She got them all, and that's why she is doing what she's doing, and you do it so well. So if anybody is listening to this and you came over because I invited you and you didn't know who Sharvette Mitchell is, you know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all follow her and show her some love, because I don't never steer y'all wrong when I introduce you to somebody and she the real deal Holyfield. So make sure that you support her as well. So thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Oh my goodness. All right. Woo. Listen, episode 757. It's a wrap. Our time flew by. I could have literally talked 30 more, probably an hour more. But we do want to say that this segment is brought to you by our 9th in-person event that's happening in Richmond, Virginia, November 7th and 8th. November 7th and 8th in Richmond, Virginia, the Platform Builder Summit. Early bird registration is open. Jump over to platformbuildersummit.com. If you are in Facebook, it is that comment is pinned there. Jump over there. And it is a business conference for women entrepreneurs only. Sorry, guys, we're going to have something later for you, but women entrepreneurs only who are interested in having their expertise generate them revenue. If you're looking for your expertise to generate you more revenue, this is the conference for you, because we talk about how you can increase your revenue by telling the story of your business through marketing, branding, and visibility strategies. But listen, I could literally talk to you all day about it. Let me just show you a video that's a vibe from one of our past conferences. Check this out, and we're wrapping up. I am Sharvette Mitchell, CEO of Mitchell Productions, the producer and host of the Platform Builder Summit. We are here in beautiful Richmond, Virginia with 115 amazing women, professional service providers. We have therapists, we have accountants, we have realtors in this space, and we're excited about all of the amazing transformations that their businesses and their brands will continue to have.
I was drawn to this conference because of all the beautiful things I heard about the conference. This is my first experience, so I've only heard great things about the empowering women that shared their stories and the things that people take it away from it, and I wanted that experience.
One of the things that I've enjoyed the most about just meeting other women and interacting with other women is the fact that we all realize that we can work together and we can partner together. I don't know how you can come to a Sharvette event and not leave more confident in your skill set and in your gifting, and that's absolutely what I feel today, having just been in the room for the past couple days.
Anything and everything you could think of in regards to business has been discussed, from marketing to finance to planning to strategy to platform building. It's so many amazing nuggets that I can take back and actually implement and grow my business.
This is my second time coming to one of these conferences, and I'm telling you, every time I just get more fired up about what it is, what my why is.
This is going to energize me for the rest of the year and into 2024. So grateful.
All right, that's the vibe. Listen, I can show you better than I can tell you. So we'd love to have you at the Platform Builder Summit 2025 experience. All right, it's a wrap. We'll see you all later on the web. Thank you so much again. Jump over to Sharvette.com and you'll see the guest bio, her full information, links. If you're listening to the podcast version, look down below in the show notes. Those are all the great ways to connect with Shantae. And we're glad that you were here with us. Thanks. Have a great day.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Get Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.